Hello everyone, it's Constance. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what has gone on with my job since the big coming out thing and my concerns about how my name was going to appear and moving to the hosting position. And the complication was um that they couldn't just automatically put me into a hosting position. Um, I had to kind of write out the current server schedule until I could get there. And I've been ready to present, like, pronto. It's just been building inside of me more and more. I've been venturing out into the public more as Constance. I've been presenting more at home. And it's me getting used to myself in my new skin. And I want that to be reflected in my job. And so my general manager has been pushing to get my preferred name, Constance, onto the POS terminals at work and on the little computer presto machines on the tables, so that I can finish out my serving shifts as Constance and not have my cisgender named Chad show up and possibly cause drama or whatnot. So yesterday was my first shift as Constance as a server. And my gosh, my anxiety was through the roof. And I think normally under any other circumstance, for circumstances lesser than presenting myself as trans in the public, I've buckled under the pressure, and due to my dissociative identity disorder, I've switched personalities, and I didn't. So I went in with a massive amount of trepidation, and I just held my ground. And the first thing that I walked in the building, one of my coworkers, who's a friend of mine on Facebook, was like, "Hi, Constance," and I was just like, people are already accepting me. And so the shift went well. I felt so comfortable in my own skin. And I think that in a lot of ways, because I've always been so naturally effeminate, that as Chad, I've always been afraid of people gay bashing me. Where now I get to fully embrace my femininity. And I just have this small tinge of doubt in the back of my mind going, do these people think that I'm not really a female? But that just kind of like melted away as the day went on. And as other coworkers saw me that aren't familiar with me on social media, they ask questions and they ask who I prefer to be called. And, Constance. And I know it's going to take time for it to stick, for the pronouns she and her to stick. And there are going to be some people there that aren't going to accept it. There's one person off the top of my head right now that has not acknowledged me at all whatsoever, and that's fine. I'm not going to fault them at all. As long as they don't disrespect me in any way. And I'm not going to disrespect them at all. So, today was day 2. And we get reports off our little computer terminals on our tables.
I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, sorry. Our Alexa is called computer. It's a Star Trek thing. But anyways, there are surveys built in whenever you go to pay that it's optional whether you want to answer them or not. But you have an option to type in a response as far as how your experience went. And they, management posts those responses for all of us to read, so we can get an idea of what the customers think of us, and if, there are negative comments, positive comments, as long as they're not, tremendously mean or awful. They're there for us to see, so, it's more than anything, it's a positive thing. And so for my first shift as Constance, I did get one comment, and it said, "Nice waitress." Waitress. Ah, not server, waitress. That was pretty astounding. I don't want to be called a waitress, but the fact that they used that terminology, I was pretty dumbfounded by. It was pretty cool. So, tonight's shift was long and tiresome and not really frustrating. I had a good rapport with my tables. There was one table that there was a gentleman that he kind of mumbled a little bit when he spoke, in general. So it was hard to determine whether he was saying man or ma'am. So I'm not going to fault him on that. And I don't work tomorrow, so I'm not sure, or the day after, so I might just stop into work to see what the comments are, or maybe just tell somebody to take a picture and send it to me or something, because I'm dying to know, because one of my coworkers said that she noticed yesterday that, and I try not to toot my own horn, but I'm a damn good server, and the problems that I've been having with my mental health have really brought me down tremendously for quite some time. And my coworker told me today that she noticed yesterday she was like, you were glowing and you owned it. She's like, I haven't seen that out of you in a long, long, long time. And so then I started going, oh my gosh, should I rethink this hosting thing? But then I'm like, I've run into a bit of luck. I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. So I think I'm going to play it safe and do the hosting thing. And then, you know, if need be, pick up a serving shift here and there as people get used to seeing me as Constance. I haven't waited on any regulars as of yet. I mean, it's only been 2 shifts. So it's hard to say, you know, how certain people are going to react. And I'm not saying that I'm not ready for backlash. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to be there. I just am not sure I'm strong enough to deal with it yet. And so I'm playing it a little bit safe. And going with a little less interaction with the public as far as hosting. I just have to say, hi, welcome, how many is it going to be? Let me take you to your table, enjoy your stay with us. And then when they leave, thank you for staying with us, enjoy your night, whatever that happens to be. And I get a little bit more freedom with my hair. Serving, I have to have hair, if it touches past your collarbone, you have to have it pulled back. And the wig that I've been typically wearing is far too long. And if you pull it back, it looks far, far, far too obvious as a wig. So this one was gifted to me, and just in the nick of time for serving, because it doesn't reach past my collarbone. So that worked out. So yeah, so overall the general experience has been pretty well so far. I'm really appreciating the effort that people are taking about making sure that they use my name and my pronouns. And I'm very forgiving if they slip. 6 months from now, I might give a little swift kick in the ass. But it's a change, and change happens. And you can't just expect somebody to go, oh, yeah. It's gonna be easier for some than others, and I totally get it. So I'm not gonna get all butthurt if in the next month or 2 people are still using me by the name Chad, or say he or him. I prefer it not to be in front of tables if that's the case, or in front of customers. If there is somebody after a good length of time that is refusing to use my preferred name and pronouns, that could be a problem. And I'm not sure how well or how big of a stink I will make that. It depends. It would depend on how blatant they are being about it, I guess. Like if it became disrespectful. Like if, somebody called me Chad and somebody corrected them and said Constance, and they were like Chad, and somebody else was like Constance, and they were like, no, it's Chad. That could be a problem for me. But I really don't see that being a problem. This has been a really good experience, and I think I'm being responsible in my own way to take the proper steps that I need to take to, one, transition in a way that I feel safe, especially with my mental health. I don't want to cascade into a world of frenzy where I'm scared to go to work because I'm trans, and then start switching constantly, and then go down that rabbit hole. I think the fact that I still haven't switched since coming out as trans, and I've shown my reliability and dependability again as a strong employee, and feeling proud about that again is really awesome. So that is where everything stands thus far. I've been kind of getting into the holiday spirits, which I've been kind of using as a bit of a distraction as well, but I've busted out my holiday hats. So that's been kind of fun. I haven't bought a new one for this year yet. I typically go to Walgreens to get mine, and I haven't done that yet. There's still plenty of time. So I've been recycling ones from years past, and it's my favorite time of the year. I'm Wiccan, so I typically celebrate Yule, but I celebrate Christmas as well, because that's what my family does. And I have no qualms against Christmas, as long as it doesn't get religious. So yeah. That should do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to help support this channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee in the link in the description below. I'm sure there will be one more post at least before the holiday season officially hits, and hopefully things are still going to be on the upswing. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Love and light to you all.